Today we're going to talk a little bit more about where we stand with the Sun Princess, also the Love Boat Cruise. Forbes Travel Guide has issued some of their awards, which are very notable for the cruise industry. Also interesting news coming in from Royal Caribbean, from Carnival Cruise Line, and we are going to talk about Delta. If you are someone who likes to use your credit card to rack up points, use the perks as you travel, this is some important news for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Friday, it is February 9th of 2024, and don't forget to come to our live this evening. Jenny and Tony with La Lida Loca will be joining us, and we are going to start at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, so we'll look forward to seeing you there. Let's start off with the Sun Princess really quick. It's kind of fun to follow her along recently. Like I said, today is February 9th. Yesterday was the 8th, and that was the day that we were to have boarded that inaugural cruise. I get an awful lot of questions, and I see a lot of questions about whether or not that next sailing set to go on February 18th is going to go. Let me tell you, I think it's going to go. We are 10 days out, and I like to think that if they had to cancel that, they would have already done so, but I really don't think they want to, no matter what, because they already had to cancel that inaugural. They probably don't want any more bad press, and they really want to get that ship sailing with paying passengers. We are hearing from people who are saying that Spellbound and the Cirque du Soleil style shows that were set to take place in the Dome, those are not going to be going until at least several cruises have passed. They need to get everyone on board and let them learn what they need to do and how to do it, and it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the entertainment pans out as well. Now, we were kind of excited. We'd heard a rumor that maybe today on February 9th was the day that the shipyard was going to officially hand the ship over to Princess, and we are not hearing anything about that thus far today. So I'll keep you up to date when we hear anything about that, and if you hear anything or know anyone on board, certainly share that information with us. I also wanted to let you know super fast about the Love Boat Cruise. I've talked to you about it when it was first announced there on Wednesday, and then yesterday I mentioned it. Today I just want to remind everyone, if you have not watched those videos, that indeed Princess is doing a Love Boat Cruise. Kind of short notice on this. It's going to sail on on August 31st of 2024, round trip out of New York to New England and Canada. And so with that knowledge, I did make a group, and we would love to have you join us. Gordon and I are working on plans for what we're going to do with our group, and so if you would like to be in our group as we set sail on that amazing cruise, go ahead and send me an email, and I can help you get booked. If you already booked your cruise on your own and you would like to be part of the magic that happens when you sail with our Let's Go Travel family here on board, you can contact me about transferring your booking over. That is not an open solicitation for you to give me your booking. I just want everyone to have their expectations met. So when we are on board, Gordon and I are always happy to say hi to everyone and meet everyone, but we have some really special things planned, get-togethers, dinners, lots of fun things for our group that we are going to go with. So we are really excited. As you can tell, this is it's a little bit different from being excited about an inaugural cruise, but this is just going to be so much fun. Now let's go ahead and talk about, I mentioned Forbes Travel Guide. If you're not familiar with Forbes Travel Guide, they are really the place where the buck stops with doing ratings for luxury hotels, restaurants, spas, and cruise lines in the world. The really unique thing about the Forbes Travel Guide people is they go anonymously to all of the places that they visit as they do their ratings. They don't announce that they're coming. No one knows when they are on board. They are just another passenger on a cruise ship. They are just another guest at a hotel, and so on. And with that, they really get to see how things operate when no one knows that anyone special is there. So the cool thing is, last year I told you about how Celebrity Cruise Lines received it is very coveted to be be receive a rating from Forbes Travel Guide, and last year Celebrity did. This year it is big news that their brand new ship, the Celebrity Ascent, has received a 4-star rating. It makes me even more excited to try. I'm going to be on that ship in November of this year, so I'll tell you all about it and show it to you then. But the ships that have received this excellent a rating from Forbes Travel Guide is, as I said, the Celebrity Ascent, also the Celebrity Apex, the Celebrity Flora. If you're not familiar with the Flora, she is one of their ships that sail in the Galapagos. Also the Celebrity Edge, the Millennium, as well as the Summit. So, and I really like that it is a mix between their Edge class ships and, as I want to say that, I can't remember the name of their others, but the smaller class ships there was Celebrity. And so I am really excited. We have been on the Reflection and the Beyond already, and I thoroughly enjoyed those cruises. One thing that I really do notice, we talk a lot about Princess here. Gordon and I have also been on Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, Carnival. We've been on Avalon, a river cruise there in Europe. And one of the things that really stands out to me, I'll know that I love going on Princess, but honestly, when I am on Celebrity, I'm trying to put into words, it feels like you're in a little bit more of a, like a luxury setting. It's supposed to be more spa-like. It is supposed to be a little bit more, I don't know if chic is the word, but it is definitely a lovely, lovely experience. And Princess is very nice. Celebrity is just a little bit different. So I know that we've got Let's Go family members that have sailed an awful lot on Celebrity. So if you have words, to put it in the comments and let us know, or either email them to me and I'll share them with everyone. But it is a little bit different of an experience, but I really enjoy them all. So just wanted to put that out there. The next thing I wanted to tell you about is now 2 things. This all ties in together. So Royal Caribbean has announced that they are still canceling some more of those excursions in Nassau, Bahamas that go to Blue Lagoon. You might recall it was a couple of months ago, maybe maybe May. Anyway, there was a ship that was in port. Guests were off, and they were taking one of the boats that go with the excursions to take people out to the Blue Lagoon. They'll take you out there, they bring you back, and a ship capsized, and in that event, one of the passengers passed away, so it was horrible. So Royal Caribbean is really going out of their way to try to ensure the safety of their passengers. When that event happened, it was really clear that a lot of the crew on board that ship, not the cruise ship, but on that boat that capsized, they didn't know what to do in the event of an emergency. And so I think that it sounds like Royal Caribbean will be canceling those excursions until they can make sure that the companies that offer that have all of the safety measures in place and everything is good to be able to take passengers. Interestingly enough, that ties in to the travel warning that the State Department did issue for that whole region there for the Bahamas. And one of the things that they did cite was saying that they cannot vouch for the security, the safety of a lot of the boats that take people around to the different places there in the Bahamas. So be aware of that when you go. If you're booking like an independent shore excursion, be really careful who you book with. Do your best to make sure that they've got all the safety measures in place. And if you go on Royal Caribbean, it sounds like you'll need to choose a different excursion. Really quickly, this doesn't come up very often, so I thought it would be fun to talk about it. So P&O Cruises, their Iona is being affected, that voyage, because of a sunken vessel there in the harbor where they are trying to go. The Iona was supposed to call in Hamburg, Germany, and as a result of that, they are going to go to the port of Bremerhaven instead. I think Bremerhaven would be a really cool port to visit, but just thought I would bring you up to date on that. Sometimes it does not matter if it's the weather, if it's a sunken ship, or no matter what happens, we end up in a different port than we anticipate. So of course my heart goes out to the people that were very specifically taking that sailing to get to go to Hamburg, and I hope that you get the chance to go another time. Now, Carnival Cruises, they've just been making a lot of announcements lately, but the one I wanted to talk to you about today is with the Vista. So the Carnival Vista has been in dry dock for the last month, and she is just returning to the port there of Port Canaveral. Thought it would be kind of fun. I really think it's interesting, and I love that not only Carnival, but the other cruise lines are keeping some of their older ships and keeping them up to date. They take them in, they rearrange things a little bit, they give them a facelift, and they keep them in service. I really appreciate appreciate that, and I enjoy that. And it's the other day I was letting you know some of the older ships that I want to get to go on. So I wanted to let you know that they have added that Heroes Tribute Bar and Lounge. Now, when I was on the celebration, I got to see that, and in fact, it was just outside of there, out on the deck where I did my sail-aways while I was on board. So if you missed those, you might want to come. And I tell you everything we talked about at the conference I was at. I share what I did in port and just what was going on board the celebration. So it was kind of fun. But anyway, that whole area, if you have not been to one of those Heroes Tribute Bar and Lounge, it is really set up to honor veterans. They run events there for that. And I will say, I honestly think from everything that I have experienced and read, I believe that Carnival Cruise Lines does the best really to go out of their way to honor and support veterans. They do an excellent job with that. And so with that, on the celebration, it was just it was an eating venue. They had foosball, they had the TV screens up. And I noticed as I walked through there every day at different times of the day that a lot of times there were people there just hanging out visiting. It was a fun place for families to be there. The children were milling around and enjoying whatever was on the TV, as well as the foosball tables. And it was just a fun place. And you go behind that and there's the back of the ship and pool area there and everything. But so they have added that on the Carnival Vista. They also have expanded the casino and included a non-smoking section. To me, that's a huge deal. And I think it's great to have both because there are people that like to smoke, and I think it's appropriate that they have an area to do that. And I think it's really nice that they have an area for people who don't want to smoke. On the celebration also, they have a whole side that is enclosed with sliding glass doors where people can smoke, and then the other side is completely open for people that don't smoke. So I thought that was awesome. They covered everything. And then kind of fun, they are adding an Effie jewelry and a store called The Cherry on top, and they have kind of redoing the Club O2 lounge for teenagers, as well as they have given their Lido Marketplace, that whole buffet area, a facelift as well. So if any of you are going to be sailing on the Carnival Vista soon, let us know what it looks like when you're on board, or if you're booked on the Carnival Vista. Sounds like a lot of fun. Now, the last thing that I want to talk to you about, and before I do, if you have not subscribed to our videos yet, will you please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you with us. I believe we need to have you with us. And if you enjoy my updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up, as well as share it with a friend or on social media, wherever you would like to. We would like to get the word out that we're here and looking for more Let's Go family members, because our experience will be richer together. Alrighty, so Delta has been in the news a lot this last year. They changed their loyalty program, and they changed a few things back about it. I would not say that what they changed back was significant, but they really have changed how they give out loyalty and what their loyal guests can access, is a way to sum it up. But a new thing that they have just announced in the last couple of days is that the Delta credit cards, 6 of the Delta credit cards, are going to have an increase in their annual fees. So it depends on which card you've got, from $51 to $100 a year. Now, this last year has been, in March, it will mark a year that I have had the American Express Reserve card. And so I have been looking through everything lately, trying to decide if it was worth it or not. Because when I signed up, it was $595 for the year. And you end up getting the companion ticket that you can actually use in first class. So that's really nice, as well as a lot of perks that go with it. For this next year, if I choose to renew in March, it's going to be $695. So generally, historically, Gordon and I have only used credit cards that either don't have an annual fee, or we have had the Delta Platinum card, because it allows you to check, up to like 6 people in your group can check their bags for free, as well as getting the companion ticket. And it was just really worth it for our family, especially when we were traveling with our family as everyone was growing up. It worked out really well. So let me know in the comments, do you have a Delta card? Are you going to keep it? What are you thinking? A really important note, and really why I'm telling you about this if you don't know, is they are also changing some of the perks associated with these credit cards. So you probably know that there are a lot of different people who really make a business out of analyzing how much the annual fees are, what all the perks are, and then they let you know if it's really worth it to have that card. And then it's our own due diligence to go through, make sure which of those perks we're actually going to use, and then determine for ourselves. But they are saying that really with the new perks that are being added, they feel like you're not losing money on that if you're going to use those new perks. One of the perks that I used this year, I shared it with you when I was in Boston one day trying to come home. I go there often to see family, and I went ahead and signed up for Clear. We've had the TSA PreCheck for years and years and years, and really never thought that I needed to get Clear. But one day I was there, the security lines at Boston Logan Airport have changed significantly over the last I want to say year. They've gotten a whole lot worse. And so I was a little bit tighter on time because my Uber was late to pick me up. And so anyway, I'm waiting in this huge line and worrying if I'm going to be able to get to my gate in time to board the plane. And the line for Clear was super short. And there was one of the ladies walking up and down the aisle saying, "Does anybody want to join Clear?" And I said, "How long does it take?" And she says, "We'll have you through, in 5 or 10 minutes. And she was right. They signed me up and I got through and really got through security much faster than I would have. But that is one of the perks that comes with the reserve card. So it's worth it to me. And so I'm telling you this, go through your card if you've got a Delta card, or if you've been thinking about a card, or if you've got a credit card associated with whatever airline works best for you. As ticked as I am that Delta made the changes that they did to their credit card loyalty program. Overall, this has really made us look around at flights out of our airport that we use all the time to other places, but truly 9.9 times out of 10, Delta has the best rate to get where we're going and the best flights. But it really depends on where you live, what you want your main airline to be. So look around, see what you think, and if you don't have a credit card that actually gets you any perks, that gets you points to use for anything, you might want to look around and just find something that works good for you. So if you have any suggestions, put it in the comments for all of us so that we can kind of share the information together and make sure that we're all on the right track. So I really appreciate you all being here. I'll see you tonight at our live, and I'll see you here again tomorrow. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you.